Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in again. My name is Margaret and I'm super excited to make this video. I'm super excited to connect with you. So I'm going to be sharing my personal life story today, and this is a video I've wanted to do like for a long time. In fact, I've wanted to do it for some months now, but somehow I've been busy with a lot of things. But today is Sunday, so I just decided to just like use this opportunity, this free period I have, like this few hours I have, to just shoot this video and share my personal experience. So what I'm about to share is my life story. It's personal to me, something that happened to me. It's not friction or anything. It's not somebody else's story. This is my own life story. So I'm going to be sharing I'm going to be telling you stuff that happened to me for the past few years. How I broke up from a relationship of 6 years and 10 months. March, May, yeah. So, and how I got married in 6 months to somebody different. And that person, my husband. Okay, so where do I even start from? Okay, so this whole story, like I said, is personal to me. Valentine's Day is tomorrow, and I feel like a lot of people are like pressured, or some is self-imposed pressure, and some is let's say family, friends, and all that. Some pressure came from, oh, I want to marry before I'm 30, I want to marry when I'm 25, while some is just you are done with NYSC now, what are you waiting for? Like my Yoruba people will say, ọjọ́ wo lẹ máa mọ́kọ wálé. Like my Yoruba parents or moms, they'll say, ọjọ́ wo lẹ máa mọ́kọ wálé, you know, that kind of thing. Is something that the girl child in a place like Nigeria, like is a normal thing that they face every day. So now back to my own story. So I wanted to get married at 23 years. So I already thought in my heart when I was in, okay, let me start from my journey from the beginning. When I was in 200 level, and you know, I was very devoted. I still am. I'm devoted to Christ, and I told myself I was not going to be in a relationship with someone I'm not going to marry, or someone I cannot marry. So for that reason, I did not get involved in any dating, any relationship, just anyhow. I just decided to be calm and just serve God, you know. And along the line, I met my ex, and we started dating. I won't call it date. Well, okay, I'll call it dating. Whatever you want to call it, dating, courtship. Okay, but of course, I've prayed, and I got a go ahead. He has prayed before coming, and he said he got a go ahead. Whatever, you know. So back to fast forward to 6 years and some months into the relationship. That's I'm trying to, okay, fast forward to 6 years and some months into the relationship, we had to go our ways because of one thing or the other. And you know, it was something that was painful to me because I already made up my mind, okay, I'm going to marry this person. Not like I didn't make up my mind from the beginning, you know. I'm led by God. I know I was led by God, and I know that God knows what's best for me. So I feel like I did not, maybe sometimes I didn't want the relationship, maybe, but because I feel like, okay, I trust God, God is the one leading me, and then I still stayed put and all that. So eventually he said he's no longer interested for one reason or the other. I spoke to him that let's resolve this matter and all that. It could not be resolved, so to say. So back to 2020, March 2020, we broke up. So when we broke up, you know, everybody is on their own, and you know, I want to get married, and I felt like, okay, now the tactics has to change. Not because I wanted to date for long. No, I didn't want to date for long, but somehow some way it happens that way. But that's in the past now. So fast forward to 2020, after the breakup, I was alone, although I have friends, people coming around me, I like you and all those stuffs. But what I did was I just resorted within myself. I'm not going to be in any relationship like that. So back to my story. I met a lot of people, like friend, I had close friend who talk. What are my expectations? All this friendship that is not just because you want to be friends, but you want to work things out, yeah. So I had that kind of friendship, but I decided I was not going to be in any relationship that's going to be taking more than 6 months, and I was going to discuss it. Ladies, be bold and courageous about what you want. Don't feel like, oh, they'll say I'm desperate. Anybody that wants to say you're desperate for saying what you want, that okay, I want marriage and I'm not going to be in a relationship for more than this period of time. Anybody that tells you that you are desperate, tell them yes, I'm desperate. Okay, so don't allow anybody to waste your time. If you are going to decide, okay, decide. Not that you are still arranging, If you know you are still arranging, let's still be friends. That was tactical. That was the strategy. Well, I call it strategy, my strategy. Let's still be friends. I keep everybody as friends. So fast forward to November 2020. I was going for an outreach, and there is a brother in my church. He said we should go together, and I said no problem. And we went for the outreach together with the sister, my cousins, and some other people. We went to for the outreach in Lagos there. And after the outreach, we became friends, we became close. We talk, we be on the phone, we just talk about, and what do we even talk about? We talk about miracles, we talk about healing, we talk about the power of God and all that. Just gist, because at the end of the day, there's something that will connect you to someone. There's an aspect of your life, if not one, if not two, that will connect you to the other person. So I feel like what connected us was the supernatural, was miracles, was the gospel. In fact, the gospel, because it was from we've been church members, we don't really talk like that, but it was from the outreach that we became close and we got to know each other. So last year, 2021 February 14, Valentines Day is here. My sisters and my brother, guess what? I was still single. I was not in any relationship. Do I have people coming around me? Yes. Were we in relationship? No, I was not in any relationship. I was like, but then I was not even bothered. In fact, last year's Valentine, I enjoyed myself. I wore red. I'll show you some of the pictures I took on that day. I did Snapchat videos. I uploaded love song videos. In fact, you may think I'm in love with someone. Nothing. I was not in any relationship. I was not dating anybody, and I was not in love with anybody. But I was just free. I was just myself, and I was just enjoying the moment. Meanwhile, I was really trusting God that God, this is what I want. I want to get married, and I want to get married to someone that is mission minded. I don't want someone that's I'm a preacher. If I want to preach, we say you are going again, all those things. No, I want someone that are going to be doing these things together. Someone that loves the gospel just as I love the gospel. Someone that loves the Lord just as I love the Lord, or even more than me. But eventually, okay, this brother, reached out to me and all that. I like you, this and this. This first of us beat around the bush, then came like, okay. I was like, really? Okay. But guess what, guys? I have had interruptions. I don't know, interruptions are visions. Like visions, when you're visions that maybe you're not thinking of something, then the vision comes to you, or the revelation comes to you, or I don't know how to explain it, but I've had several interruptions that I got married to this person. But I said no, it's not possible. I don't even know the reason I said it's not possible. I feel like, no, now this person is my brother. That was the brother we went to go and do outreach together. This person is my brother. I've had interruptions since like November 2020. I've been having interruptions, especially when we are talking together. When we are talking together, I suddenly have interruptions of me wearing a wedding dress, him wearing a suit. I'm like, where is this coming from? I quench it, and I take my eyes, my spirit away from me. I tune myself away from it instantly. Days I'm not even, maybe I'm doing something else or I'm saying something else to somebody else, I have interruptions about this, like I got married to this person. But do you know that I didn't like this person? Not like I didn't like brotherly love. I have brotherly love for him, but there's no romantic attachment, no reason apart from we are friends and we are gospel people. No personal reasons that maybe I like this person or I'm trying to give person green light. Nothing like that. As a matter of fact, I did not imagine that I would marry him, but I have had series. I was having interruptions. Guess what? In fact, this one, the story is very long. There was a particular day that a word came to him, like I gave him a prophetic word about his marriage, and the Lord said to me to tell him that his marriage is settled. Can you imagine? And the Lord told me to tell him that his marriage is settled and all that. You know, that night, it was the first night of our crusade. Was it the first or the second? Friday night, the first night. We were together, we were in the room, myself, him, my cousins, all of us that went for the crusade together. So we're ministering to each other. We're just ministering to each other, prophetic direction, you know. We're just giving ourselves words, and the word came to me to give to him, for him. And I told him, I said, this is what God is saying, your marriage is settled. And he received. He said amen. The funny thing was that when the Lord brought that word to me to give him, I had a vision or a revelation of something connected to my cousin. My cousin was there. My cousin is my blood. It's just that we bear the same surname. It's just that, okay, our father and my father, they are brothers. So she was there, and I had this. There was a connection. I saw a connection between my cousin, myself, and him. But I didn't know what it was. I didn't know that the marriage was going to be like in that circle. But I just shall deliver my word that, okay, this word of Lord unto you. Just remove your mind. Your marriage is settled and all that. And he said, amen. Fast forward to 2021, last year, we started talking more, you know, because when you see someone that likes what you like, the miraculous, you get to be attracted to them, you get to talk with them, you love their company. So we started talking, gisting about things, and there were times that we will be talking and I would have interruptions again, that he was wearing a wedding suit, I was wearing a wedding dress. I was like, no. I would say, but I won't say anything. I will just switch. I'll just switch. I'll be like, what is this? So I didn't take it serious. Actually, I didn't take it serious. It's just very funny that I didn't take it serious. One thing about some of we Christians is that when we have interruptions of things that are bad, for example, there were cases where I sat down and I have interruption of maybe accident or something immediately, or somebody dying or something bad. I will speak against it. I will pray. But when other thing that is something like that came up, I was not even praying, I was not even doing anything. I was just like, I'll just take my heart away from it, and that will be the end. So eventually he asked me out in February last year, and towards the end of the month of February last year, I accepted. Now, the funny thing, I won't say the funny thing, the amazing thing about this whole situation was that when he was talking about it, when he was asking me out, I was listening. Then I said, okay, I was going to pray about it. So immediately I dropped my phone. I'm trying to remember what happened that day. Okay, immediately I dropped my phone. That, okay, good night and good night. Bye-bye. I was just like, okay. I sat down. I wanted to pray. But you know, a situation whereby, not like I've premeditated it or I've thought about it, no. But a situation whereby you just want to pray about something, but you already know the answer to that thing. And you're like, I knew the answer. That's the funny thing. And for the first time in my life, in 2 days, 1 day, 2 days, I was very sure I can marry this person. That's why I don't know a lot of things yet. But by my spirit, judging by my spirit, I was sure I can marry this person. So the next day, I told him I was going to pray and get back to him. I didn't pray the next day. The third day, I didn't pray. On the fourth day, I went on my knees. I wanted to pray. Now, the reason why I wanted to pray is not because I did not know the answer, or I didn't know what God is saying, because God was already talking to me. Can you imagine? Not like something I premeditated. I never premeditated it, but the answers were already coming. Like, you've not even prayed about this person, and God was already saying things about the person, to you. And I was like, okay, I've heard a lot of things, so but I will still pray nevertheless, because I feel like to fulfill all righteousness, I mean, I want to marry someone, I must pray. Well, yes, that's my belief. I must pray now, even if I've heard I'm not saying that what I was hearing was not correct. I know it's very correct. I know when God is talking to me. But I just felt like, okay, I just have to pray. My sisters and my brothers, I went on my knees. I've not even prayed 5 minutes. I started hearing words again, I started getting words again. Confirmation, words and everything. So I think normally I want to marry you. I will pray. Even if I don't know, but I will pray and be very, very, very sure. But this one, I was already even like know the answer. I already got answers before I started praying. So the prayer didn't take long. I didn't spend up to 15 minutes praying about this. Not because I can't stay long in prayer, but it was just like the answers were loud. The answers were loud on God's direction. I was led, like, you can go ahead and all those things. So the answers were loud, and there's no point doing 3 days marathon. I'm not saying you have to do 3 days marathon, but me, I just told myself, anybody I'm going to marry, don't worry, just go and pray for 1 month. Let me to go and pray for 1 month. Once you are sure, and I'm sure, like, God is leading us, then we'll agree, then we'll start courtship 6 months, and then we'll get married. That's my plan, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Is before I used to be like, oh, I don't want to talk, Jerry. Let's not be like I'm desperate, or I'm desperate for marriage and all that. No, if you say I'm desperate for marriage, now I will tell you what I want. If you're okay with it, good. If you're not okay with it, then we'll still be friends. We'll still be friends. So there's no, you not automatically translate into my fiancé or someone I date. No. So that's the story. And we started the relationship in March, ending of February / March, April, May, June, July, August, September. August was the 6th month of our relationship. We had our introduction in my parents' place, and September 2nd, that was 3 weeks after our introduction, we got married. And we are good. We are fine. Now, what I want to point out in my story is that, number one, God knows what's best for you. And trust Him. Honestly, I know this word has been maybe said severally to you. Trust God, trust God, trust God, trust God, trust God. And then you're getting worried, oh, time is going, I want to get married or something, or I want to tick this box. Don't be in a rush to marry just anybody. Because eventually, you would realize that it would have been better to wait for the right person than to rush into anything. Because at some point, I was like, God, people coming to me, business people, not meaning they are Christians, yeah, but not gospel, all these so much of the gospel conscious people. They were just Christians, just nominal Christians. They go to church, they pray to God, but they are not this. I have a call, I have a ministry, and I won't want to be with someone that is not even involved in ministry. I have to be with a ministry person. It is important so that the person does not get tired of today we are going for outreach, tomorrow. So the person is even like, we are going for outreach, that kind of thing. So you don't have to settle. If you know your call, if you know your purpose already, you don't have to settle. That's why it's important for you to know what God is doing with your life, to help you in selecting who to marry. You don't have to settle for, let me just marry this person. I got to the point, let me not lie to you, I got to the point where I felt like, if I know once, I told God, I said, God, this one that is coming to me, he has a business, he well-to-do, good person, Christian, not just a minister of the gospel as far, like somebody that is called, or someone that has a ministry, not a ministry person, but a church person, a child of God, you know. And I was telling God that I am going to marry this person. I told God I'm going to marry this person. Yeah, I'm going to marry this person. And guess what I was telling God? I said, he's a businessman, so I'm involved in business. After all, if I not preach the gospel, I will give to the gospel. After all, the Bible says that anything you do, you get your reward. So those that are giving to the gospel, those that are preaching the gospel, everybody have their reward. They'll get their reward. So I was like, if I'm married to a business person, we'll give our money to the gospel, we'll buy Bible, because at the end of the day, when your spouse or the person you're married to is not really involved in what you're involving yourself in, you may have to just follow them, because the Bible says you should submit to your husband. So if your husband is not a ministry person and you're a ministry person, what are you going to do? You won't really be much interested in what you're interested in. So at the end of the day, okay, we'll give to the gospel, we'll buy Bibles. That's all I was telling God. And I have actually gotten to the point where I wanted to accept somebody that is not a ministry person, though a Christian. I was going to accept the person. I was telling God again, this is second or third time I was telling God again, God, you see this one, I'll come again, I'm okay with this person, I like this person, he's okay, he's good looking, he's everything, I like him, we are fine, we are cool. The only but is that he is not a minister of the gospel as far. He's not a minister. He's just a church person. Yes, he's a Christian, but does not have a ministerial call and all that. So I'm like, I'm going to say too. And so just when I was telling God about that, I think the following day that God brought my husband to me. And truth is, from all indication, I know that God led me into this marriage, and I love him, even though at first I saw him as a brother, of course, a brother, but eventually when we started talking about the love thing, it grew, and you know, the remaining story is beautiful. So I'm here to encourage you that don't give up. See, look at me. In less than a year, I got married. And I did not just marry anybody. I married somebody that I love and that loves me. And we both love the gospel. We both love the Lord. I love who I marry. I'm happy that I didn't eventually settle for a business person, like someone that is just in business, not a ministry person. I'm happy. Because maybe by now I would have been saying, if I had known, maybe I should have waited. I would have seen him called a minister and all those things. But I thank God. God is faithful. So I want you to do what? Trust in the Lord. Don't feel bad that I'm not in any relationship. I was in a relationship for 6 years. It got broken. It did not lead to marriage. I dated my husband for just 6 months. 6 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And we are married. We are good. We are fine. And I was in a relationship before for more than 6 years, going to 7 years. 1, 2, 3, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, and 10 months. Can you imagine? So it's not about how far, it's about how well. So my dear sister, stay with God. Don't rush. And be about your assignments. Anything God has called you to do it. My husband met me at the place of my assignment. That's the truth. Because if the outreach had not happened, then maybe we wouldn't have been talking about what we are talking. And you too, sisters, hear what God is asking you to do and do it. I was led to do the outreach, and here we are. So I'm sharing my story to encourage you. Don't be discouraged, because I remember I was like, God, what was happening? 7 years relationship is gone after all, and now I'm here. I'm trusting you. You know, if God said let there be this, there will be this. So it doesn't take God anything. Just calm down. It's when you are calm, and trust God. That's when you see how he's leading you. But when you're not calm, when God is leading you, you may not see it. You may not see it. And trust your spirit. Don't be moved by what you see with your eyes. Honestly, I thank God for that privilege, that grace. I've trained my spirit and my mind in such a way that I too trust my spirit, and I've never been disappointed. That's the funny thing. So when it got to this marriage matter, or whether to accept him or not, honestly, it was, let me be honest with you, it was 90% my spirit and 10% my mind or me. It was because my spirit accepted it, and honestly, my spirit has always been accurate. My spirit has always been accurate, knows everything about my life, and has always been accurate. So I have trusted. As in, if my spirit is saying no, honestly, it is no. It is. If my spirit is saying yes, I realize that it's yes. Over time, I've trained myself, and I realize that my spirit is always correct and accurate. So when the Spirit of God is leading us, I'm a child of God, I have the Spirit of God. When the Spirit of God is leading us, then just know that you might not have seen everything, no. I tell you, it's a perfect one. So at that time, your mind, your senses, because at that time I was like, no, this person is my brother. By my own mind, I won't accept. But because my spirit, I saw that my spirit accepted this person. My spirit is saying yes. My spirit is leading me to go on, and I actually trusted, and I picked, and it was actually accurate. It was perfect. It was later he was telling me stories about his own experiences too, and I'm like, oh, we'll share our stories together. When we are together, we'll share our stories, and you learn one or two things from it. So tomorrow is Valentine. Don't feel depressed. The fact that you are single tomorrow does not mean that by next year Valentine you'll be single. No. In 6 months I got married, so you too, you can get married in 6 months, and by next year Valentine's Day you're married. So forget about all this thing, all the love you didn't get on Valentine. Just love yourself, trust the Lord. And how do you trust the Lord? Trust the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your understanding. You know, you always acknowledge him. Father, I thank you because I know I'm not going to make mistake. I thank you because you love me and you want to lead me even more than I love myself. Thank you because you want the best for me even more than I want the best for myself. Trust the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your understanding. That means don't lean on your own strategy. Of course, as a lady, be respectful, dress smart, be prayerful, yeah. But don't too much rely on your own strategy. The way it will happen for you, just leave it in the hands of God. Not like you should not work on it, you should not be intentional about meeting people. In fact, be very intentional about meeting people. That's what I will say. But in trusting the Lord, you are saying, God, I know you want the best for me. I know that you won't lead me astray. I know that you are always watching my back. You're always there for me. And then he said, trust the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him. Lord, I desire a godly marriage. The one that will fulfill your purpose. The one that will fulfill your will. I receive in the name of Jesus. And that's it. And remove your mind from it. When it comes to you to pray about it. Don't be disturbed about it. So that's what I will say. So thank you for watching. If you have any question you want to ask me, you can drop it in the comment section. I'm going to reply you. I'm going to go through the comment section. Please give me a thumbs up. If you learn one or two things, drop your comments. Let me know. Just share. Let me know what you've learned. And what else? Yeah. So I want to say to you, God has not forgotten you. God did not forget you, and he will never forget you. So don't feel like you're alone. I was there in a situation whereby, I wanted to get married. I told you I wanted to get married at 23. I was going to be 28 and I was not yet married. So I was like, what's going to happen? But this is it. We are here and we are good. So thank you for watching my video. We're going to be sharing the story of how we met, myself and my husband. And we're going to be sharing a lot of things. Please subscribe to this channel. Turn on your notification bell so that you get to see my video when next I drop them. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.